slash scoreboard.html.
Yeah. Is it slash corporate slash corporate?
No,
Oh.
slash scoreboard.html.
There.
I have a see it, never mind. Slash scoreboard.html.
Yeah. Is it slash corporate slash corporate?
No,
Oh.
slash scoreboard.html.
There.
I have a see it, never mind.
Something like I feel like changed with the editor now, like pasting in some stuff that would like screw up the spacing. And it's getting all screwy.
Do you at least like know where?
Yeah, I think it's just
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse for tonight's women's hockey game between the number 6 ranked North Dakota and your RPI Engineers. Let's meet the starters for both clubs. First, for North Dakota, a forward from Vanta, Finland, number 16 freshman Vilma Tonskinen. A forward from Winnipeg, Manitoba, number 19 senior Megan Dufo. A forward from St. Thomas, Ontario, number 15 senior Becca Kohler. A defenseman from Fort Wayne, Indiana, number 6 junior Grayson Hershey. A defenseman from Nipawa, Manitoba, number 18 junior Hallie Krizaniak.
Yeah, I did that.
In goal tonight for North Dakota, from Warroad, Minnesota, number 1 senior Shelby Amsley Bensley, and the rest of the North Dakota squad. The head coach of North Dakota is Brian Adelsky. The associate head coach is Peter Nylander. The assistant coach is Eric Fabian. Now, introducing the starters for your RPI Engineers. A forward from Belleville, Ontario, number 15 junior Laura Harwood. A forward from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, number 11 senior Alexa Grushaw. A forward from Buffalo, Minnesota, number 21 junior Katie Rooney. A defenseman from Princeton Junction, New Jersey, number 9 freshman Josephine Hansen. A defenseman from New London, New Hampshire, number 12 senior Jen Godin. In goal tonight for the Engineers, from Sollentuna, Sweden, number 35 freshman Lovisa Selander. And the rest of the RPI Engineers. The head coach of the Engineers in his 13th season is John Burke. The assistant coach is Christy Cicero. Ladies and gentlemen, we ask that you please rise for the playing of the national anthems of Canada and the United States by the RPI Pep Band.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Houston Fieldhouse. It's the season opener for RPI women's hockey. They take on the number 6 University of North Dakota in this 2-game series. And right off the bat, we have a puck dumped in deep. That's Josephine Hansen for RPI, working it up the middle of the ice. She was trying to find a classmate. They're actually looking for a Mankey down the middle. Now it's poked loose by Katie Rooney. Rooney into the offensive zone, into the circle, trying to backhand it in front. Horwood trailing the play. He'll track it down in the corner. Well, Horwood, a junior, 7 goals and 7 assists last season for RPI. Looks to dig it out of there. It's Gretchen Hershey, the talented blue liner for UND, who sends it all the way down the ice. Could have been touched by an engineer. So we will play on here. Down the middle of the ice, Horwood off a skate. As UND will track it down on their own end. Jordan Hampton, a junior from Foxborough, Massachusetts. That's a long way to go. A former Northeastern player. As it's tied up along the board. Big pileup in front of the UND bench. As it comes free to Mankey, she'll work up a backhand, turned away by Shelby Emsley-Benzie. She is tested for the first time. Very good numbers for her. One of the many War Road natives on this UND team we have in Lansing Fall here. A minute and 20 in. It's no score here. RPI and number 6 North Dakota. These two teams met last year, a 7-1 victory in Grand Forks for the home side at the time. In that game, Becca Kohler had a hat-trick and Megan Dufo had 4 assists. RPI looking for a better outcome here this weekend. It's tapped up the boards far side. Mankey trying to track it down. That's Amy Mankey, the junior from Shakopee, Minnesota for North Dakota. No relation, of course, to Mari, spelled differently, as it's worked into the zone by freshman Jamie Grigsby from Whitby, Ontario. One of the many freshmen on this RPI club, 8 of them. Good touch pass, middle of the ice. Now a 3-on-1 down low. Trying to feed it in front. Good stop behind the cage by Sealander. And it's back out to center. Trying to track it down behind the cage is Ali Tremblay. But Kohler working up the wall. Nice outlet pass in the middle of the ice. Shot ramps up the stick of Hansen. Hansen not very big, but she plays much bigger than that. As Wash will backhand it around behind her own end. Slam back to the far side by another RPI freshman. And Taylor Schwalbe to the RPI line. Turned around there by that was Hansen. And now a wrist shot from the point is blocked. And Schwalbe will move it out to center. Taylor Schwalbe on the move. She'll dump it deep and chase. RPI will change behind her. Left behind the cage by Emsley-Benzie. To the red line. Played on further. Intercepted by Rooney. She spins it back into neutralized territory. A couple of UND players need to touch up. They do. And now Horwood. Up the wall for Alexa Grushow. Grushow's pass is off a skate. And in deep. It'll be controlled by Eisensmead. Kept in at the point. Slap shot, took a deflection, goes into the corner. Rooney trying to dig it out of there, works it down low, too far for Horwood. Around to the corner it goes for Hampton. Hampton up the wall, poked out of the zone by Mankey. Grushow tracks it down. Little backhand pass for Whitney Wren, a former forward. Converted to defense last year, and she's stayed there for the time being, at least. A sophomore from Troy, Michigan. Now Kohler into the zone, makes a move. Still Kohler feeding in front all the way through. In the end, she was looking for Layla Marvin. Bouncing puck, high slot. They'll try Kohler again. Another move poked away by Wren this time. As the converted forward, showing some good defensive stick work there. Now Grushow will just dump it in, get a change. A little over 4 minutes into the first period. No score here, RPI and North Dakota. Bouncing puck in the corner. Mankey steals it away. Has a chance for a second. She had Grigsby in the middle of the ice. Now we have a penalty coming up here, and the Engineers will go on the power play. Not a strong suit for RPI last year. They were just 14 for 144, 9.7%. And the game against UND didn't help last year. RPI was 0 for 11 on the power play against North Dakota last year. But here they get a power play chance. They had just one power play chance in their exhibition game to the Engineers last Saturday. Flipped up the boards and out to center. Oh, it's into the bench. And so RPI catches a bit of a break there. It's Dufo going off for a body checking call. Neutral ice face-off win carried into the zone by Bohonic. Played it back for Tomlinson and now down low. Tomlinson again. 5 goals, 12 assists for Tomlinson as a freshman last year. Kimmerly back for Bohonic. She'll work it down low. Tomlinson again. Skips by Mankey. Rooney over there. Trying to dig it out of the corner. And it's controlled and it cleared all the way down. Working up the far wall, Horwood moving it along into the corner with it. Still on the puck, takes a bit of a bump there from Eisensmead. As North Dakota clears once more, under a minute to go in the power play. Here is Hansen. Hansen connects far side for Gruschow. She'll spin it back around. A little bit of pressure from Kohler. And then she goes down. Horwood into the offensive end. RPI has numbers if it hurries here, but they're offside. Do we get a whistle? 42 seconds left on the Dufo penalty. And so we get a draw coming here just outside the North Dakota zone. As it's shot down again with 35 seconds to go in the power play. Still no nickname for North Dakota. Formerly the Fighting Sioux. Here they come into the zone. It's shot deep by Hansen. She'll stop at the blue line. Kept in at the half wall nicely by Gruschow. Now Horwood again, trying to feed it back to Gruschow on her tape. Fires off the back of the net. Comes right back to her behind the cage. She's fought off the puck there by Finnish international Anna Kielpinen. And now a shot trickles in. Gruschow got a piece of it in the end. She's going to get the goal, I believe. We'll have to take another look at it, but it's 1-0 RPI. Right after the penalty expired, I believe it's going to be an even strength goal for the Engineers. Love to see that one again. RPI is not going to care how it went in, as long as it did. If it's Grushaw's, it's obviously her first of the year. She had 13 goals last season. It's good for first on the team. Here is Kimmerly at the point. Good pressure shown by RPI, even after the power play was over. Centering pass deflects off a skate. It'll be carried on out by North Dakota. They have a 3-on-2 rush as they hit the RPI line. Good poke check by Kimmerly, and it forces an offside whistle. Good defensive play by the sophomore Kimmerly out of Anoka, Minnesota. Played in 34 games last year, had a couple assists. Draw just outside the zone, poked off the stick of Kohler. As Hampton resets, Hampton will fire it around. Behind Lavisa Silander. Work to the point. Hampton again. Gets it right back from Gardner. Behind for Kohler. Kohler getting worked on by Kimmerly. That's going to be a matchup to watch. Who deals with Becca Kohler, the senior from St. Thomas, Ontario. Now Horwood trying to break out of the zone. She's there with Rooney. Rooney going to the net. Saucer pass in front, knocked out of the air by Rooney. They're going to say it's played with a high stick, and I don't think it was all that high. But he'll draw the whistle anyway. It was a good idea from Horwood just to try to feed it on further. Hit it over the defender's stick, but in the end, they're going to call the puck play to the high stick on the junior Katie Rooney. Rooney from Buffalo, Minnesota. Comes into play this season with 4 goals and 8 assists in 66 career games for the Engineers. Still no announcement on that goal as a puck is flipped over the top of the net, hits off the dasher, bounces to the side. Menke takes a whack at it. It's played in the corner now by Menke for UND, trying to drive it to the net. Comes free to Grigsby. She'll pick it up and skate it out to center ice. Grigsby on further, looking for Tomlinson. RPI, of course, still trying to work out some of the different lines they're going to play with this year. As the bank stick is taken away, puck out to center, trying to go off on a change. Tomlinson, she'll play it on and then go for the change as she got it deep. Stopped behind the cage by Shelby Amesley-Benzie. Great numbers for her in her career. 51, 21, and 6. A 1.73 goals against and a 9.29 save percentage. Those numbers, I should say, even lower last year. She only gave up 1.21 goals per game last year. But RPI has already bagged one here. They lead 1-0 as we are 8.5 minutes in. Puck up the far boards. Hansen spins around to pick it up there. Takes a bump, works it ahead to Tremblay. And it's backhanded right back to the RPI zone. Here's Jen Godin with it. Down the middle of the ice, it's turned over. Picking it up in the middle there is Hansen. Centering pass knocked away by Wash on the back check, and the Engineers will skate the other direction with it. Here is Schwalbe all by herself, 1-on-3, now 1-on-4. She'll stop up in the corner, wait for reinforcements there. They come in the way of Grushow, who's trying to carry down out. Centering pass in front. Rooney had a crack at it, didn't get a clean look, and the shot never made it on goal. Back comes UND, I should say, as Krasaniak, that's Haley Krasaniak. Brought that one up the ice. It's Grushow from Wash and Godin, so 3 seniors on that scoring play for RPI. Puck behind the net. Around to the far corner. Grushow had the only goal for RPI in their exhibition game against the University of Montreal. They ended up losing that one 4-1. Engineers trying to clear it out. Gets swatted right back in. North Dakota offside. They'll need to touch up. Puck tipped into the RPI bench. We'll get another stoppage in play here. Neutral zone face-off upcoming. Puck in deep behind the RPI cage. Bohonic there, as is Menke. Kicked at, but not controlled, and the Engineers have it. Bohonic off the boards, out to center. Shot back in by Krasaniak. Brandy Banks after it over there in the corner. She'll play it behind for Menke. Menke trying to help it on further. Didn't get enough mustard on it, as Bohonic will have to track it down now. Ahead for Menke, and now Grigsby. Shot right back into the RPI zone. 9:50 to play first period. Engineers have a 1-0 lead, scoring right after their only power play of the game had expired. Alexa Grushow's first of the year and her 34th career goal. She's playing in her 100th game for RPI as Grushow, the senior from Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Swinging at and missing. There was a chance there for Grushow to clear, Bohonic. Helped out of the zone by Grigsby. Trying to force it in now is Marissa Salo. And throwing it in front. Grigsby's there. Loose puck swatted at towards goal, hit a skate. And the attempt was made. Trying to move it into the zone was Lachaume. Back into UND territory. They'll track it down. Anna Kilpenin up the near side boards. Here is Kohler lining up a shot. It's blocked by Hansen into the netting, and we get a stoppage here. By Hansen, the hometown listed as Princeton Junction, New York for Hansen. She has played in the Danish national hockey scene. Is a shot deflects off a skate. Grusha trying to clear it out. Godin does, but not out of the zone. Hampton Arista right on goal and a save by Sealander, and she'll hold on. Sealander, another international. Plenty of those in this game as well. Seems like everyone's either from Warroad, Minnesota, or from somewhere in Europe. But Sealander is from Sollentuna, Sweden, making her first collegiate start here this evening. Good size, though, 5'11" for the left-hand catching goalkeeper, or goaltender, I should say. Rooney trying to stick hand, a lot of trouble, gets it up the ice. Nice move by her. Now jumping in, and a chance here for RPI. Low shot headed wide. That was, I believe it was Hilwa. It was. Now a shot from the near side by Grusha goes wide again. Horwood wraparound try in front off the skate, and they score! Laura Horwood picks up her own rebound and sticks it in high, blocker's side, and it's 2-0 RPI. Good tenacity there by the Engineers. They stuck with it. The wraparound didn't look like it had a lot going, but the rebound popped right back to her. She's able to stick it up high over the shoulder of Amsley Benzie. It's 2-0 Engineers, and they're just offside at the line. That was McKenna Thomas carrying in, the Heartland, Wisconsin native. We have a face-off here. Puck moved in deep. And now out to center ice. Centering pass all the way through, picked up at the point by Hershey. Hershey carried it all the way down low. Now back to the point. Shot through traffic, hit a shin pad. Pops to the half boards. Tomlinson trying to clear. Gets it out to center. It's knocked out of the air by Layla Marvin, who had taken over at the point. It'll come down off the dasher behind the goal. And controlled now. Centering pass in front. One-timer, they score. That one came in a hurry. I believe it's Marissa Salo with the goal. Nope, that's Lachaume, the senior from Inver Grove Heights, Minnesota, jumping into the attack there for the tally. She got right into the slot, and it was a bang-bang play. Nothing Sealander could do about it. It was 7:04 left in the first period. The visitors are on the board. It's 2-1 RPI. Marissa Raspa peels the puck away from an on-rushing UND player. Spins it back deep into the zone. Kilpenin to the RPI line. Turned back around by Hansen. Backhanded and deep by Raspo. Had a pretty solid freshman year for RPI. 5 goals and 3 assists for her. That one just given right to her. She'll turn back around and get it into the zone. Trying to kick it in deep is Raspa. Controlled now by Kilpenin for North Dakota. Connects out to center. Crossing center and dumping in is Kayla Gardner. Horwood had it on her tape for a second. Now it's Kimberly trying to just swat it out of the zone. She does. So Lachaume gets the goal, assist to Gardner and Menke. It was the Gardner pass who really set it up from behind the cage. Good find as Lachaume was able to put it away. Her 10th career goal, playing in game number 110 for North Dakota. Here's Kimberly behind her own net in the corner. Scooping it off the wall for Horwood. Horwood lost it for a second. She'll play it high in the air. come down to the neutral zone. Right back in comes Dufault. Now Rooney pinned against the boards. We'll try another route. Gruschow, nice connection through center. Rooney fires it in. RPI gets a change. Engineers have to be happy with how this first period has gone so far, as Tomlinson spins around and flips it in. Hampton onto the stick of Menke. Now into the zone they come. Centering pass broken up. Still comes into the side of the cage. And they cover. Bohonic was the RPI defender doing the defensive work over there. The pass still got through, although not nearly as dangerous as it could have been. And Solander covers up for the faceoff. Shots in this one are 12-4 North Dakota so far. Excuse me, 6-4. Those are attempts. 6-4 shots. It was a power play goal for RPI, the first one. I apologize. I said it came after the penalty had expired. It did not. It was a power play tally. And speaking of power plays, the Engineers are going right back on the man advantage here. As it is Kayla Gardner going to the box for North Dakota. Gardner, 5'9" junior from Warroad. I mentioned there were a few of them. She is one on this North Dakota side as it skips all the way out of the zone. On the clearance, Hansen lets Godin get it, and Jen Godin will leave it in the corner for Gruschow. Gruschow with it. Down the middle of the ice for Wash. Good connection there. Trying to flip it into the zone. It's off a stick and into the bench. We'll have a stoppage in play. Just to get you caught up here, Gruschow scoring on the power play from Wash and Godin at 6:19. Then at 12:02, it was Horwood from Gruschow and Wren to make it 2-0. But coming back with a goal at 12:56 was Sam Lachaume from Kayla Gardner and Amy Menke. Another clearance by UND as RPI has gotten the puck in the offensive end a couple times, but hadn't been able to do much with it. A little bit of forecheck pressure there. Bottles things up for a second from Menke, but the Engineers are able to move it out to center ice. Here's Horwood on the move. Into the zone. Drop pass for Wash at the point. Waits for help. Finds Gruschow. Gruschow just feeding it into the far corner for no one in particular. Clearing attempt made by Hershey. Kept in by the Engineers. It's Kimmerly. All the way back to the point. Bohonic faked his shot. Handed off. Kimmerly back to Bohonic. Flips one over the top. It was an end-over-end shot that found its way through and high of the goal. Now Bohonic can't keep it in at the lines. It's cleared out by Menke. They'll get a change. 44 seconds to go on the power play for RPI, which is 1-for-1 so far this year. Rooney into the offensive end. Takes a whack from Kohler, trying to play it back to the point. Nice play by Bohonic. Little shoulder fake. Gets it deep. Drop it back to Tomlinson. Now back up top. Some room to work. Godin. A slap shot was blocked by Kohler, and she'll try to move it out to center quickly, although Godin back in a reasonable position here defensively, trying to drive it right to the net, and she gets knocked down. We get a penalty coming up here as Solander was knocked into the cage. We'll see what the call is. Are they going to get Godin or are they going to get Kohler here? Interference is the call. So it's going to be on Kohler. Goaltender interference with 3:15 left in the first period. RPI already with a 2-1 lead. It's one of those calls that could go either way. Godin did a pretty good job defending the play, and Kohler, after her shot was kind of deflected by Solander, she went right into her, and that's where the penalty came. So 13 seconds of 5-on-3 time for RPI makes this draw big. They win it. It's Hansen over to Godin. Can they get a quick chance here with the 5-on-3 advantage? Godin, far side Hansen, lines up a slapper. It was blocked. Rebound, Godin to drive over the top. Horwood trying to play it in front. Wash, back to the point. Penalty is expired. 5-on-4, no. Godin to drive high again. Side of the net, Wash feeding it in front. Comes all the way loose to the point where it's kept in by Godin. Godin for Grushow. Nifty stick handle back to Godin. Godin back to Grushow. One-time drive is blocked by Hershey. Grushow back on it. Back to the point. Godin back to Grushow. This power play has looked superb here for RPI. And now pass back to the point, but Godin had left. She was about to head off on a change, and that'll slow things up for the time being. Grushow with tons of energy. You see it from the opening drop of the puck. And these engineers are out to try and prove themselves here early in this season. Tomlinson around to the far corner. Still a minute to go in the power play. Just spent a lot of time in the offensive end. Tomlinson back to the point. Carried in deep. Bohonic still looking. Stick handling. Fed in front. Looking for Tomlinson all the way through. Have to like how this team is skating. Bohonic included. A lot more confidence in her play, especially on this power play. We've only seen 2 so far, but it's been impressive. Here's Kimberly into the offensive end. Kimberly tries to drop it back. Finds Menke. 28 seconds to go in the power play. Wren back to Menke at the half boards. Down low. Good find. Here is Wren again. A natural forward, so she's fine playing down here. She'll just leave it down low. Tomlinson again off the wall. Has to control that pass from Menke. Menke trying to walk it out in front. Back to Tomlinson. Shot goes through the crease all the way to the corner. Shannon Kaiser over there with 3 seconds to go in the power play, and the Engineers won't convert here on a couple of power play tries. But positive signs all around for the Engineers, including this 2-1 lead with 1:07 to go in the first period. Banks over to Wren. Wren off the wall. Too far out in front, although Raspa nearly tracked it down. Kept in the zone by Schwalbe. Left behind the cage by Amsley Benzie. And there's a big collision at center ice as Raspa was knocked down. Now it's a 3-on-2 for North Dakota into the zone. Lots of room on the far side. Shot coming up and wide. It'll rattle around to the near point where it's kept in. Taken over by Kimberly. Forcing out to center with 35 seconds to go in the period. Puck knocked down, kept in the zone momentarily. Now a good outlet pass right onto the tape of Dufo. Didn't even see it. And now she's taken down. There's going to be a penalty on the Engineers as Godin hauled her down, but still danger. Shot and a save by Silander. She will hold on the try by Menke. 20.7 seconds left in the first period. First power play coming up for North Dakota. There was a couple of Engineers who got their sticks tied up in skates of Dufo there. It's going to be Godin, the one who goes off for the trip. And so this power play, the Engineers will hope it carries over to the second period, but a big draw here. Momentum, such a big thing. If the Engineers can head to the break with this 1-goal lead, I know there's just 20 seconds left, but it'll be interesting to see how this plays out the final seconds here. It's played into the corner with 15. Looking for a slap shot up top there. Eisensmead. They elect to go down low with it for Kolstad. 4 seconds. Eisensmead gets her drive, and it goes wide with 1, and that will do it for the first period. Engineers score the first 2 goals and take a 2-1 lead over number 6 North Dakota after 1. We'll be back to start the second period with some stats and information for you in just a few minutes. You're watching RPI Women's Hockey on RPI TV. Just about set for the start of the second period. RPI and North Dakota. First game of the season, first game of a two-game series here at the Houston Fieldhouse this weekend. It is reunion and homecoming weekend on campus, so plenty of events going on all day tomorrow. 5 home games for RPI athletic teams, starting with field hockey at 11 o'clock. Football is at 1. Women's hockey here against North Dakota at 3. Men's soccer against RIT at 5. And finally, men's hockey exhibition opener against St. Thomas from New Brunswick, St. Thomas University. Women's hockey playing their exhibition game against the University of Montreal last Saturday. A 4-1 loss. The Engineers led 1-0 in that game before giving up 4 goals in the third. As North Dakota breaks into the zone, loose puck shot just wide behind the goaltender. That was Hershey in deep, and the Engineers dodge a bullet there. 55 seconds to go on the Godin penalty. Has North Dakota on the power play for just the very first time here. Engineers 1 for 3 on the man advantage, scoring on their first power play chance in the first period. Shayna Tomlinson picking up the puck behind her own goal, plays it around for Bohonic, trying to slap it out off the glass, does the job all the way down. Stopped there by Ainsley Benzie, who had just 2 saves in that first period. The Engineers scored 2 goals on 4 shots. Broken up, shorthanded. It's Rooney into the zone. Stick handling with it. She gets tied up there by Eisenschmied. And just a good effort there by Rooney, killing off some of that penalty. 5 seconds to go on it. Now North Dakota. It's Lachaume into the zone. Wrist shot and a glove save by Solander, and she holds on.
Ladies and gentlemen, RPI Women's Hockey would like to thank the following sponsors: GE, Lowe's, Sifkin, Ryan's Way, CDPHP.
Shots in this one currently 9-4 North Dakota. Really what we expected when this game started. And Engineers jumping out with a tremendous amount of energy. As a shot comes through, hits off the base of the cage on the try from Kilpinen. Now spinning around with it. Krasniak scores through a screen. Didn't look like Solander saw it at all. And it's 2-2. Haley Krasniak just kind of turned towards the middle of the ice. And just a wrist shot that found its way through. Solander probably wants it back. It was not the hardest shot in the world. But it found its way home, so it's 2-2 on the 10th shot of the game for North Dakota. Into the RPI zone. Wash gets tied up, clearing effort out to center by Godin. Hampton goes D-to-D in the neutral zone. Eisenschmied tied up, goes down, puck into the zone, worked back out by Hansen. Off a skate, puck spinning at center ice. Moved back into the zone by Gardner. Gardner taken over by Hansen. Hansen behind the net, turns it right back around. Chopped at by Schwalbe. Back for Hansen. Josephine Hansen tripped up a bit, back to her feet. Now she's getting hooked at by Gardner. Eventually goes down again, but we play on. Long saucer pass near side onto the tape of Samantha Hansen. No relation. As it's going to be washed into the zone. She gets dumped along the wall. Puck played behind and controlled by Taja Eisenschmied. Here's Kolstad. Kolstad into the zone, a wrist shot and a glove save by Solander. That one she saw and was able to grab. 16:52 to go, second period. RPI and North Dakota now tied at 2.
Second North Dakota goal, scored by number 18, Holly Krasniak. Assisted by number 16, Vilma Munson.
Poke check in the offensive zone, creating a chance here. A one-timer goes wide. And now Raspa back the other way for RPI. Pass too far out in front of Thomas, although she gets back on it for a second. Layla Marvin back the other way for North Dakota. to the RPI line, knocked down by the glove of Kimberly. Kilpenin back into the RPI zone. Whitney Wren. Little hesitation move to get free from the forechecker. That was Dufo. And now in deep. Tracked down in the corner, Kilpenin. Right past Horwood. Or excuse me, make that Grigsby. Shot back in, however, by the Engineers. A lot of forecheck pressure. Two engineers in deep, I should say. Grigsby was trailing a bit. And just offside at the line on the outlet pass was Dufo. And we'll have a stoppage here. Dufo, as I mentioned, and Kohler had a field day last time these two teams met. That was last season in North Dakota. RPI playing this club and then Bemidji State in a weekend trip very early on in the season. Engineers ended up losing that game 7-1 against North Dakota. Wrist shot blocked by a shin pad. Still in on goal. Around the back they go. Now back to the point. Firing wide of goal that time was Hershey. Comes down off the glass, off a referee's skate. Banks thought about going back behind the net. Now she'll try Rooney. Rooney off a skate, back to Banks. Now picked up by Rooney in a dangerous area. Poked at by Hershey to keep it alive. She'll track it down. Hershey, 5'9", out of Fort Wayne, Indiana. Looking to wrap it in. Solander held the post nicely, and it's kicked out to the corner. Hansen, centering pass off another skate. A lot of congestion there in the middle of the slot. No chance for that one to connect, and now the Engineers look to break out to center. Grushow with speed, trying to fight through a stick check. Couldn't do so. Turned right back around by North Dakota. Now Tremblay has a crack at it. Right back to Grushow. Just the two of them into the zone off of a leg. Loose in the top of the crease area. Tremblay tried to get a stick on it, but it was steered away and out of danger by Toxinen. Into the RPI zone. A slapper is turned away into the corner by Solander. Hansen into the corner, trying to work it out off the glass. Kept in along the blue line. Back to Hansen. She'll try it again. There's a couple of bodies in her way, including Wash, who's in a fist fight over there. Pinned against the boards by his skate. And we're in a bit of a stalemate here. Draws a whistle. 14:06 left. Second period. 2-2 RPI and the number 6 ranked team from North Dakota. Out of the WCHA. Formerly a power men's conference. Now it's really just a less so due to the conferences breaking up. There's a shot going wide. Still a strong conference on the women's side, of course, and not bad on the men's side either. There's a shot off a skate, just sits in the slot, and the Engineers do clear. Rooney into the offensive end. They tie up in the corner. Worked out by Hampton. Back to center, Wren has it. She'll work it over to Kimberly. Kimberly off the boards. Not into the zone. Another effort. Does get it across the line, only for a second. Now she has it pinned up against the wall. Only goal here of this second period belongs to North Dakota. It's tied the game at 2 by defenseman Hallie Krasaniak from Neepawa, Manitoba. Grushow. Offside was Tomlinson, out ahead of Horwood. This is a very dynamic line for the Engineers. Grushow with plenty of speed, and Tomlinson and Horwood are good handlers of the puck. It's produced the 2 goals in this game. One for Grushow, one for Horwood. For RPI. Here's Lachaume into the zone. Throwing it all the way through in on Solander. And I don't think the skater for North Dakota saw it coming. I believe that was Gardner, who just never saw the puck actually hit her in the skate, went in on goal. But Slander was in the right spot to make the stop. Now Hilwa falling down, keeps the play alive, looking for Thomas or Respa. Comes all the way through. Hershey back behind her own net. She'll try the near side for Gardner, up the wall. Banks slaps it right back in. Kilpinen has her stick lifted by Thomas. And Thomas looks to shield the puck now in the corner. Mankey over to help out. Coming up on the 8-minute mark of the second period, and we'll have a stoppage here before we get there.
RPI would like to thank additional sponsors: Stadium Cafe, Rensselaer Summer Program, Rensselaer Alumni Association, Nigro Companies, CDTA, Sodexo, Subway, and Hilton Garden Inn.
Puck out at center. And here comes Hershey. Dropping it off. Hansen trying to defend. Puck comes all the way in on goal off of the stick, and they score. Rebound put home, and it's going to be Krasaniak again. Getting very deep in the offensive zone this time. Her first goal came from the blue line, that time right between the hash marks. And a lot of times those defenders aren't picked up defensively. There's the case of it there. Everyone crashing the net. Hansen trying to do a defensive job there, but it comes in on Solander. It popped free, and jumping right into the play there was the blue liner. Krasaniak for the goal.
The play is under review.
They're going to review it.
Play is under review.
It's entirely possible there was a North Dakota player in the crease. There was a lot of congestion there, so they're going to look at it. So we're going to have a bit of a delay here. I don't have a very good look at it from where I am. And my monitor's not working, so I really couldn't help you. We'll find out what the call is when everyone else finds out. And they're going to count it. It's a good goal. 3-2. The number 6 North Dakota team goes ahead on an even strength goal by Haley Krasaniak. Walking right in front, Solander makes a save. Puck still loose in the crease. And Wren had to be careful. She didn't cover that puck up for her goaltender. She was on her knees right next to her. So Haley Krasaniak, with her second goal of the game, she had just 2 goals all of last season in 34 games for North Dakota. But her second one here, gives the visitors a 3-2 lead over RPI. Trying to center that puck there was Tonskinen. She's back on it. Tonskinen back to the point. Wrist shot coming. That's a toe save made by Solander. The freshman Solander thrown right into the fire here against this North Dakota team. And so far holding up reasonably well. Here is Brandy Banks for RPI. One of the 6 seniors on the team from Burlington, Ontario. The assists on the goal go to Menke and Hershey. As a centering puck comes all the way in, shot coming from Hansen is blocked. Played down low. Menke for RPI trying to battle for it, as is Grushow. They'll roll it around for Hansen. Hansen out of White Bear Lake as that shot is blocked. Mankey can't keep it in the zone. A bit offside. Whistle. 10:23 to go in the second. North Dakota has its first lead of the game. RPI led by a 2-0 score. for North Dakota has climbed all the way back to take this lead. Digging for it in the corner. Kimmerly behind for Wren. And now back to the far side, Tomlinson. Out to center ice it goes. First one there is Hershey with a little bit of pressure from Mankey. Still Hershey on it. Shoots it around for Marvin. Marvin, touch pass center ice. Connects there to Kolstad. And now walking in and trying to take a shot was Hershey. She was clipped a little bit. Looks like she went away shaking her hand there. Kept alive the line by Eisenschmied. She'll just play it right back to the corner. That was Hershey on the dump in. UND cycling the puck now. Centering pass onto the backhand, and we get a whistle here as the engineer defending on the play had to. Looks like it was Eisenschmied all tied up. We're going to get a hook, I believe. It is hooking. It's going to go on Mankey. Who, to her credit, picked up the defender skating into the offensive zone. That's how the North Dakota, that's how they scored their third goal. Krasaniak went into the slot undefended. Here is Krasaniak. So second power play chance here for North Dakota. Centering pass all the way through was deflected on the try by Kohler. Behind the net, Dufo to Kohler. Hands it right back off to Dufo. Up top, Krasaniak, her wrister goes wide, looking for number 3. Dufo behind the net, tied up. Loose stick there. It was Bohonic. She'll go back and pick it up. That leaves someone open in the middle. Far side circle was open for a second. That was Hershey. Couldn't settle the pass. She's back on it now. Krasaniak. Back to Hershey. RPI extends its pressure on the penalty kill. That was Horwood jetting out there to try and make a play. And now it's off a skate. Trying to dig it free is Gruschow. She'll throw it high in the air. Will it stay on the ice? No, it's in the bench. And we'll have a stoppage here. 1:07 to go on the North Dakota power play. Currently 0 for 1 are the visiting side here. They're arguing over whether or not they can change. The puck went over the glass. They're saying it went over the glass and then into the bench. I'm not sure if that makes a difference. I guess it does if it goes directly into the bench. It's got to be the ref's decision there, I guess. That one gets right through Eisenschmied and out to center. And we get a whistle here. Neutralized face-off win for North Dakota. They'll backtrack into their own zone. Eisenschmied with it behind the goal. Do the Engineers have an answer for this strong second period push for North Dakota? It's given them a lead. RPI so solid in the opening 20 minutes. Here's Menke, gets through her skates for UND. Now down low for Kolstad. Menke at the circle, waiting. Back up top. Eisenschmied thought about her wrister. Gets it right back down low. Wrist shot, blocker save. Another stop made by Selander. Dangerous pass. Hilwan nearly had it picked at the line, but they keep it in. 8 seconds to go in the power play. One-timer coming up high. Chest protectors stop, and then Hansen didn't like the way she was pushed into her goaltender from Lachaume, and Hansen showing she's not going to back down to anybody. Gotta like that from the freshman. 5'4", former Shattuck St. Mary's player is Josephine Hansen. Lachaume bumped into her and she wanted to go right there. Kimmerly, tie up along the wall. Raspa, nice defensive play there. Backing up into her own zone. Getting it out to center. And it's going to be controlled here by Raspa once again. Thomas back for Kimmerly. RPI looks to break out off the skate of Raspa. Puck stays in the zone. That'll allow UND to go on the attack. Pried away there from Kaiser. But they get it deep anyway. A couple sticks up high between Wren and Kaiser. Tomlinson works it out of the zone. Krasaniak goes D-to-D to Hershey. Hershey spins away from Thomas to get some room for Krasaniak on the far side, or the near side rather. Now back to Hershey. Puck was on end and bouncing, lost the handle, trying to jump on it Tremblay. Krasaniak gets there first, trying to evade Tremblay, who's doing a decent job on the forecheck. And the outlet pass comes to center ice. Hansen, far side, too far for everybody. Good race, good speed shown to beat out the icing for Dufo. Spinning around in the corner is Tonskinen, but the Engineers come away with it. Wash looking for Schwalbe. Schwalbe had it run through, but picks it up. Schwalbe in the corner, tied up by Kohler. She's double teamed, trying to dig it out of there is Wash, who has an assist so far tonight. Tremblay keeps it alive, and it's played behind, too far for the intended target. That was Hampton. Engineers trying to keep the puck alive in the zone, can't do so. Out to center it goes. Quick outlet pass connects Schwalbe. Had it poked off her stick. Jumping into the play is Hansen. Hansen walking in. Wrist shot, glove save. And a chance finally for Amsley Benzie to touch the puck again. RPI hadn't applied too much pressure here in this period with 5.5 to go in the second. And that's as dangerous as RPI has looked in this frame. But it was Josephine Hansen jumping up on the attack there. Here's a shot off the draw. It should have hit a shin pad. Grushow back on it. Feeding it off the wall. Horwood trying to get there. Bounces right back to Grushow. Makes a move. Down low. Stick handling. Back to Horwood. That fluttering shot goes wide. Pinching up the boards is Godin. Keeping the play alive in the offensive end. Now to the slot. Rooney. Back to the point. Hansen. Quick touch pass to Godin. Godin holding. Waiting. Feeds it back up top for Grushow. Feeding it on goals. Deflected wide. Looked like Horwood got a piece of that. Looking to try and steer it in. Now Rooney nearly intercepts the pass. She does behind the net. Rooney looking to center. Throws it back to the point. Nobody home. The Engineers were changing blue liners on the play. Hansen, who had stayed on the ice, now goes off on a change after dumping it in. 4:42 to go in the second. Here's Lachaume. Near side. Cross ice feed connects. Although she can't quite control. Now Kolstad into the zone. Grushow gets dumped to the line. Shot blocked by Kimmerly, and it's picked up by Horwood. Backing off is North Dakota. They want to change. Grushow out ahead of the play looking for Tomlinson, and she wins out the race to beat out the icing call. Tomlinson trying to backhand it in front, never got there as it was held up by a teammate on its way through. That was Wren jumping into the play offensively. That means Grigsby's back for her. Centering pass all the way through. Picked up by Kimmerly. Trying to play it up the wall, turn right back around, turns into a chance here. 2-on-0 down low, centering pass, and it's stoned by Solander. What a save. It was 2-on-0 down low and a bad bounce for RPI, but Kaiser was absolutely robbed by the RPI freshman goaltender. Thought Hershey was going to shoot that puck, but in a 2-on-0 situation, she elects to pass it across, and Solander read it very well. She went from her right to her left to make the stop, and now a shot from the top of the circle. Much easier in difficulty there, and Solander holds on to it once again. So if RPI is able to come back here in this period or even in this game at all, remember that play, a 2-on-0 for North Dakota. And certainly a confidence builder for Solander, who had allowed 2 goals in this period. And if you're a freshman playing your first college hockey game, another chance and a 1-on-0, another save, a breakaway chance down low. In clean. That time it was Hansen. So 2 big stops here in the period for Solander. Keeping it a 3-2 game. UND back on the puck. Shots now are 24-6. North Dakota. They've really turned it on here in the second period. Kept in at the line by Godin. Right onto the tape of Hampton. She's being harassed, but gets it out to center. Dufo gets bumped by Grushow. And now Rooney gets spun to the ice, and we play on. Into the zone, Kohler. Not the prettiest entry into the offensive end, but UND gets there nonetheless. Here's Kohler. A little backhand feed that time from Salo. Kohler again off the side of the net. Bounces all the way out to the blue line. Eisenschmied just whacks it right back into the corner. Lots of battling going on in front of the RPI cage. Very physical. Back to the point. Salo can't connect. Rooney's going to try and pick this one up and go in on one-on-one with the defender. Lachaume does a good job defensively and backhands it off the glass to center. Slap shot coming. Blocked by Kimmerly. Controlled top of the circle by Lachaume. She'll spin right down low with it for Kolstad. Taken over by Wren. She's pressured. Spins away from Marvin. And now she'll try to feed it far side. It's broken up again. Engineers having a bit of trouble getting out of their own end. It's turned into a couple of breaks. A 2-on-0 and a 1-on-0 breakaway chance for North Dakota in this period. Both stoned by Silander. And now we get a whistle here and a hand pass called. 1:44 on the clock in this second period. Just the two tallies in the frame, both of them for North Dakota. And both of them by Haley Krasaniak. The first one coming at 1:57, the other at 8:09. Both even strength goals. Here's a shot from the point that deflects wide off the stick of Bohonic. Now give away behind the net. Jam try at the side of the cage by Schwalbe. A second effort by Bohonic. That goes a bit blocked, I believe. And now RPI needs to backtrack a bit here and get back in position. They do. Bohonic shoots it right back in. This will be icing. Did not cross the red line. And we have a stoppage with 1:18 to go in the second. As I mentioned, Krasaniak, the 2 goals, matches her season total from last year. She had 2 goals and 11 assists for North Dakota last season. Face-off coming here to the left of Silander. That's Lovisa Silander, the freshman netminder for RPI from Sweden. Really showing off here later on in this second period with a couple of brilliant stops to keep it a 1-goal game. Here's Wash out of her own corner. Spins around and finds Banks. Under a minute to go in the second. Banks up ahead. Wash lost it in her skate for a second. Plays it off the wall. Engineers in the middle of a partial change here. There's a little bit of miscommunication there as to who's and when they're supposed to come off. There's a poke check by Horwood getting it free. 3-on-2 down low. Centering pass all the way through. Had a player trailing. It was Rooney, but elected to try to find Gruschow. That didn't connect. Now Rooney, cross-ice feed all the way through. Hansen can't keep it in the zone. Now she lost the handle on the stick handle. Pokes to try and keep it alive for a teammate, but it's carried in by North Dakota. That was Tonskinen. She got bottled up and nearly left the zone with it, but keeps it alive. Down low. Spinning around. Cross-ice feed off a skate. Good block there by Thomas. Now it's high off the glass out to center with 12 seconds. Here's Krasaniak with the puck. Backtracking to her own zone with 7. She'll just carry it into the corner with 4. Engineers trying to work it free. All the way loose. A shot coming. It's blocked right before the horn. That bit of passive play for North Dakota nearly cost them as it came free to Godin, but her shot was blocked. Good play by Gruschow down low, working it loose with seemingly no time left. There's about 4 seconds when UND carried the puck into the corner, but RPI somehow got a chance out of it. It was blocked in the end, and after 2, it's 3-2 to the number 6 team in the nation. North Dakota, they lead RPI. As we head to our second intermission, we'll have the third period coming up here. Once again, your score after 2 is UND 3 and RPI 2. You're watching RPI Hockey on RPI TV. Third period underway here, RPI and North Dakota. Both teams even strength as we begin the third. It's a 3-2 lead for the number 6 team in the country in the preseason USCHO poll. Puck knocked down at the line, nearly a hand pass, but North Dakota skates it back the other way. Kohler throwing it in front, looking for a deflection from Dufo, didn't get it. Swinging at it, Rooney, kept in deep by Grayson Hershey. Tie up in the corner. Godin had it pinned against the boards, and then Grushow fanned on the pass attempt. Gets knocked down, but stays alive. Engineers keep it, rather. Down the middle, or near side of the ice, Krasaniak. Right back to the RPI line, picked up by Hansen. RPI changing on the play. So is North Dakota. It skips all the way past Aimsley Benzie, the goaltender. Hershey, near side. A lot of forecheck pressure comes from Mankey. Spinning away from it was Krasaniak. Now another near giveaway. Hershey eventually does. Grigsby down low. Backhand blind pass from Tomlinson is blocked by Krasaniak. Comes off the wall. Grigsby trying to feed it across. Backhanded ahead. Picked up Tomlinson. Tomlinson, a wrist shot. Pad save. Rebound, Bohonic. And it's loose. And where is it? It's underneath the goaltender, Aimsley Benzie. RPI with a chance there. It was Hannah Bohonic who picked up a rebound and had a lot of room between the circles, and somehow it was kept out by Aimsley Benzie. So both goaltenders, you can see on their look at it there, coming up with some big stops. That time it was nearly the splits from Aimsley Benzie to keep it alive. Brandy Banks and some discussion going on here. Not sure what about. We're not a minute and a half into the third period. RPI nearly pulled even there. And some good forecheck pressure. A little bit of haphazard play from the North Dakota defense. Nearly turned into that chance there. Banks at center ice. Picked up by Lauren Wash. She'll scoop it into the zone. Turned back around by Eisenschmied. Kept in at the blue line. Shot through traffic from Banks. Deflects into the corner. Now Wash. Back to Banks. Holding. Feeding up the wall down low. Taylor Schwalbe. McKenna Thomas. Battling for it. Played high off the glass behind the goal. Banks pinches in. Down low. Thomas has it between her skates. Can't find the puck, and it's poked at by Eisenschmied. Picked up Grushow. Grushow walking right in. Poked at by the goaltender, Aimsley Benzie. And it's out to center. A little bit more pep in the step of these Engineers here in the third than they had in the second. Grushow into the zone. Wrist shot coming. That one is held by Aimsley Benzie. I'm not sure how she saw that puck, A, and then caught it, B. Looked like it was going to hit something on its way through, but was able to do both. And we have another stoppage here. It's a one-goal game still, and an entertaining one. We're glad all of you able to join us here on this opening night here at the Houston Fieldhouse. These Engineers take on North Dakota tomorrow at 3 o'clock for the second game of the series. Long outlet pass stolen away by Wren. She'll spin back to her own zone with it. Horwood into the zone and in deep. Kilpinen wraps it around. There is Marvin. In on Lavisa Silander. She'll hold it there. We'll have a stoppage here in a face-off in the RPI zone. Working up the near side boards. Hansen couldn't keep it. Now taken away by Tremblay. Tremblay up the wall. Tomlinson trying to get on the end of it. Not enough legs for icing. Krasaniak behind her own net. She's had a solid game outside of the 2 goals she scored. Pairing up with Hershey. Krasaniak back on it. Good play to pinch along the wall there for Mankey. Tremblay trying to muscle her way in front. It's stolen away by Hershey. Kohler to center. Hansen flips it back the other way. Chipped off the boards. Mankey trying to track it down. Can't do so. Krasaniak goes D to D with Hershey. Settles a bouncing puck, finds Dufo. Dufo, toe drag, shot save by Sealander. Poke free by Bohonic and towards the line, kept in by UND. Hansen down low. Dufont's pass broken up by a sliding effort there by Mankey. To the point, Hampton, far side. Eisensmead, shot goes wide. Karam's off the back wall. Chopped at by Schwalbe, can't control, in the air, glove down in the circle. Engineers move it out, high off the glass is Mankey. Hampton can't control on the glove. And now back to her own zone, Kaiser. Shannon Kaiser from Crookston, Minnesota. Goes cross ice and into the zone. Drop pass offside, just ahead of the play there. Was Hansen trying to toe the line. Here's Grushow into her own end. Connects to Horwood, poked off her stick, controlled by Kimmerly. Amanda Kimmerly lost it for a second, now finds Horwood. Trying to get out of the zone, kept in by Lachaume. Centering pass off of Grushow. Kolstad back to the point. Wrist shot through traffic. Sealander made the save. Kick to the corner for Kimmerly. Another drive. That one's off the side of the cage again. Tie up. Engineers come away with it. Loose puck in front. Marvin, a shot saved by Sealander. Engineers fans say you've tested our goaltender enough. And stop throwing the puck in the middle of the ice there. Long outlet pass, doesn't find anybody. Should be icing on North Dakota. There's a little bit of a late whistle on the hybrid call. Usually they blow that dead a little bit earlier than that. Of course, you got to keep fighting until they actually blow that thing dead, and it was Tonskinen nearly against the back wall with Hansen there. 14-24 as you had another look at that stop there. Layla Marvin, if the name sounds familiar, she's the cousin of Gigi Marvin, U.S. Olympian. As a shot trickles in towards the net from Tomlinson is blocked and shot back the other way. Now a 2-on-1 chance here. Dufa all alone, walking right in, and a glove saved by Sealander. My goodness, what a night she is having. You look at the scoreboard, you might not be able to tell. She has been fantastic in this game for RPI. 3 pretty solid breakaways. Throw in a 2-on-0. She's also stopped that, and we're still in a 1-goal game with 14:08 to play. Race for the puck. This one could come in on Amsley Benzie. She'll help it to the side of the cage, where it's turned around by Krasaniak. Up ahead, Dufa. Shot right on, and a save is made. Kohler, not quite sure what she was trying to do with that shot. Maybe trying to catch Sealander at the near post, but the height of that shot made it a pretty easy stop for the freshman. Draw near circle. Gloved at. That should be a hand pass, and it is. Banks gloved it to Thomas, and we'll have a face-off again in the RPI zone. As I mentioned, these two teams are back in action tomorrow at 3. Then RPI hits the road. They head out west to take on RIT for a 2-game series next weekend. Shot through traffic. Dufo trying to steer it on a goal. Couldn't do so. Bohonic to center. Dumping it in. First one to it is Hershey. She'll roll it around to the far side for Tonskinen. Forced back to their own zone is UND. Off a leg, Rooney gives it right back. Kaiser into the zone. Down low. All the way around. Wraparound try. Fed out of there by Kimmerly. And here's Wren. Tied up a bit. Finds Rooney. Rooney up the boards. Grushow trying to get on it. Broken up and now moved up by Horwood. Grushow to Rooney. Taken over on the back check by Hansen. Hansen spinning away. Drops it back behind for Krasaniak. Krasaniak can't clear the zone. It's off of Horwood. Spinning puck picked up by Hansen. And she'll wait for a couple of teammates to touch up and dump it in. Out of their own zone comes North Dakota. Stick handling Kolstad. Poke free. Back into the zone. And we get a whistle here and a penalty. Is that a body check? They're going to get Godin for... I didn't see it, to be honest with you. Godin's going to go off here, and it's a costly time in this game. Of course, RPI still down a goal. They're going to get to the senior Godin. So back to the man advantage, North Dakota. They are 0-for-2 so far. And their third opportunity here. Kolstad. Menke. She's tied up. Clearing attempt is out of there by Grushow. Grushow in her skates gets whacked. Here's Horwood now walking in. A wrist shot saved by Amsley Benzie. Picked up again by Horwood. RPI shorthanded here. Fed down low by Banks, and it'll be controlled behind the net by the defenseman Eisensmead. Eisensmead far side. Kilpinen into the zone, deflects up into the netting, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Minute 12 to go on the Godin penalty, the first penalty of this period. You can see, at least I can see, shots in the game right now are 30-12 in favor of North Dakota. Lavisa Salander, the story so far in this one. Four brilliant saves in this game. Some absolute robbery as now the RPI fans want a penalty as Tomlinson lost a glove, or at least was taken down. It was actually a UND player who lost her glove. Here's Dufo. Krasaniak holding. Back to Dufo. Center blue line. Dufo walking in, looking for a shooting lane all the way around, and it's poked off her stick. Engineers trying to clear, and it is Kimberly who does the job. Good play by the sophomore. And we get a whistle here, and a penalty coming up on North Dakota. It's going to be a hooking call, and it's going to negate the final 27 seconds of this power play. And it is Megan Dufo going off here, the senior from Winnipeg, Manitoba. And maybe a bit of frustration being shown there. She never really got a shot off. She basically carried it in from the center of the blue line all the way down low. Never got a shot. Got the puck taken away and eventually hooked. So a face-off coming in the offensive zone for RPI. Schwalbe gets tossed. Here's Rooney to take it. Worked out by North Dakota. They have it in their own end. Hansen shooting it all the way down. This should be icing. I don't think they realize there is still an even strength situation. They just shot the puck all the way down as Hampton looks up towards the ceiling. Just wasn't aware of the situation. So 15 seconds more of 4-on-4. Then RPI will have about a minute and a half of power play time. Engineers 1 for 3 on the man advantage. They scored on their very first chance, but the power play has looked good before RPI. Here's a slap shot coming. Bohonic deflected into the netting. I believe that was a UND stick. Eisenschmied looked like she was the one who got a piece. RPI squad looking much more confident. I'm not sure what it is. I can't really put my finger on it, but they've looked sharp in this game. The 30-12 shots advantage a little bit misleading. Here is Hansen to drive. She scores! Josephine Hansen, an even strength goal. We are tied at 3. First collegiate goal for Hansen. And it comes in a very big spot. What a shot by Hansen low inside the right post. Puck in the RPI zone. And they look to break out. RPI now on the power play. So a good time for that goal, not only tying the game, but timing-wise, as they now have a power play, although that pass all the way out of there. Here's Horwood. And now Gruschow. Still a minute to go on the power play if the Engineers want to get something set up here. Here's Hansen. Scored the tying goal moments ago. She'll just dump it in. Now a puck trickles in on Amsley Benzie. She'll cover up with Gruschow and Mankey crashing. Actually make it Godin crashing with Mari Mankey. And we'll get a stoppage here. So Hansen, they're announcing her goal. The assists go to Horwood and Gruschow. We have a brand new game. 46 seconds on this RPI power play. See if they can't take advantage here. As I mentioned, it has looked good up to this point. Obviously, this an abbreviated power play, but they have a few more seconds for which to work. They win the draw. Here's Kimberly working it down low, trying to find Rooney. She's tied up with Krasaniak. Rooney trying to work it back to the point. Clearing effort all the way down is played by a high stick, so this whistle and a faceoff will come in the RPI zone, I believe. Bit of a tough break. If Hansen just leaves that, it goes all the way down and the Engineers go pick it up, but as the case may be, she was trying to keep it in the zone, so you can't really fault her. Plus, if you have a hockey player with a puck flying towards them, they're going to lift their stick to whatever level it takes to try and knock it down. It's just nature of the beast there. Puck played in deep. 14 seconds to go on the RPI power play. Kimberly trying to work it out. Now Mankey has it. It's about to expire. RPI has one more rush coming. Bohonic has it knocked off her stick by Mankey of North Dakota. Now Kimberly. Stick handling through center. Into the offensive zone. Still Kimberly on the attack. Gets bumped by Krasaniak. Tomlinson gets shoved down but stays on the puck somehow. Bouncing into the middle all the way through and past Gruschow. The Engineers look to, North Dakota back the other way. Now it's going to be walking right in. The puck goes behind the net. That was Hershey. Back up top. Shooting lane. Shot was blocked. Had it open for a second, but Rooney closed it down and blocked the shot on the attempt by Hansen. Right back into the zone. Wren's going to pick it up in the corner. Kept in along the wall. Wrist shot deflected on goal, and Solander made the save. Not the most spectacular stop so far. Now she's going to have to be good. Hansen, a shot right on, and she stopped it again. Solander absolutely superb in this game, and she seemingly is getting better as this one has gone along. That shot from the point took a deflection. Looked harmless, but that thing could have gone anywhere, and she had to get that left pad down to make the stop. It was about 6 inches off the ice when it got to her. We're under 8 minutes to go in the third. Shot count up to 32 for North Dakota. Hansen trying to work the puck out of the corner. Off the wall, get some help there from Gruschow, and now she'll stick handle the center. Always a motor going. Alexa Gruschow to the line. They're offside, and the whistle will come. So RPI on the power play tonight, 1 for 4. North Dakota 0 for 3. Faceoffs are pretty even, 30-28 in favor of the visitors. Engineers have blocked 20 shots in this game. In the corner. Bumped into the wall. We're going to get a penalty here. Slow to get up in the corner. I can't quite see who that is. And now some anger. RPI defending their teammate there. It was Gruschow who's back to her feet, but it's going to be a body checking call or a hit from behind. Whatever you want to call it. Face-off coming here. And a power play chance. RPI's 5th of the game. Trying to ring it out near side. And now Kohler. Dufo. Toe drag into the middle, turning and shooting. It squeaks right through. It went through Solander and all the way through the crease. And the Engineers dodge a bit of a bullet there as that shorthanded try from Dufo nearly untied this game. Here she is again. Dufo into the zone all by herself. Tried another toe drag. That time it wasn't happening. Not on Rooney's watch as Bohanek has it behind the goal. Far side for Kimberly. She gets some pressure. Carrying on Horwood. Trying to muscle her way in. Minute 12 to go on the power play. Try to throw it back to the point. Horwood cuts it off at the half board. She's tied up. Digging it free. Horwood. Hansen. Godin. Waiting. She'll throw it near side for Tomlinson. Now Mankey. Off to Tomlinson. Fed in front. Another crack for Horwood. It sits to the top of the crease. Hansen walking in. She'll carry it in on the backhand. Throwing it through. All the way through where it's picked up by Gruschow. 40 seconds to go on the power play. Godin lets it run, but she keeps it in the zone. Shot off a skate. One-timer blocked on the try by Tomlinson. Tomlinson again. Under 6 to go in the third. 30 seconds on the RPI power play. Godin holding. Far side. Hansen. A one-timer is blocked again. Godin at the point now. Throwing it near side between Gruschow and Hansen. Back out to center comes RPI. This power play is miles ahead of where it was all of last season. As it's cleared all the way down. Just about to expire. Whitney Wren has it for the Engineers now. The sophomore from Troy, Michigan, working it up the boards. Up ahead for Gruschow. Into the zone. She'll chase it down. RPI's power play is over. They're 1 for 5. Hardly indicative of how it's gone. They've threatened on just about every chance they've had. That one skips all the way through, and it'll go all the way down the ice. Will it be icing? No. May have been touched. Wash has it at the half boards of her own zone. Cross-ice pass, an ill-advised one picked off by Kohler. Kohler walking in, pulls it back, takes a shot, rebound loose at the side of the net, and it's loose in front now. The Engineers can't clear. Lashome a shot, deflects off a foot and goes into the corner. Tonskanen trying to walk it out in front, stopped by Solander. Now spun around by Wren. Engineers stuck in their own zone here. Wash trying to clear, can't get it out. Now she does. With some help from Thomas. Bouncing puck back into UND territory. Off the wall. Dufo pokes at it. Trying to get on it. Knocked away by Kimberly off the glass. Settles down a bouncing puck. Can't clear the zone. Center blue line. Dufo down low. Can't find Hansen. Now she's back on it. Handoff down low. Walking in front. Stop on the backhand try by Solander. Grigsby now trying to clear. Gets it as far as center. Shot back in wide of goal by Kraseniak. Here's Kimberly. Spinning around in the corner. Under 4 minutes to go, third period. Her pocket's picked. Walking in front. Defensive play made by Banks to deny that scoring opportunity. Engineers look a bit tired here. They need to find some legs late in this game. Banks skating up the far side boards. Nearly had it knocked away. Ahead for Grigsby into the zone. Kraseniak with speed picks up around the near side of her net. Gets it ahead for Hansen. They get it in deep again. Digging for it behind the RPI goal. In a 3-3 game, the Engineers have come back here in the third to tie it up. Loose on the stick handle, all the way down it goes. Engineers will get a change. North Dakota trying to catch them on it, but pretty good one there is getting all the way across the ice to make the play and move into the zone are the Engineers. Centering pass looking for Tomlinson from Mankey. That didn't connect. Goes behind the cage now. Good connection. Kolstad up the middle. Broken up momentarily by Godin, who's going across the ice laterally to break up the play. And now Kolstad had it knocked off her stick. Hansen. Godin. Up ahead for Hilwa. Lachaume stick handling through center. Has some room to work into the zone. Fakes a shot, knocked away by Grushaw. She gets tied up and thrown down by Lachaume. But we play on. Slap shot from the point goes wide, and the attempt by Kilpinen. Godin tied up in the corner by Tonskanen. Those are a couple of Finns on this UND team. You didn't change the channel. Walking in, a shot saved by Solander, and they score on the rebound. North Dakota goes back on top here with 1:59 to go, and it's Kohler. Back at Kohler with the goal. Engineers had kept her silent up until this point in the game. But Kohler, who has now 59 career points on 20 goals and 38 assists, gets the tally here to make it 4-3. So how quickly does RPI pull Solander here for the extra attacker? Have to imagine it's within the minute now with now under 2 to go. Wash gloves it down in her own zone. Up ahead for Rooney. Kept in the zone by Kraseniak. No, she didn't. Wren has it. Touch pass. Comes all the way free to Kimmerly. Engineers need to get the puck deep in the zone. They do with Wren on the carry. Whitney Wren centering it all the way through. Knocked out to center. This will come rolling into RPI territory. Bohonic backhands it near side for Menke. Back to Bohonic now. Fanning on the pass. She stays on the puck. Up the glass and out to center. That one skips by. Rooney has it. Rooney walking in. Pulls it back. Takes a shot, and she missed just wide. To the bench goes Solander with 1:05 to go. 6 skaters on the ice for RPI. Down a goal here. In the corner, Banks. She gets bumped off the puck. Pulled free by Grushaw. Grushaw's pass is blocked. Pass out to center, intercepted by Grushaw. She'll take over there with 50 seconds to go in the third. Grushaw with speed into the zone. Slows up at the half wall. Drops it back. Nobody home. Back out to center. Here's Godin now. Has Hansen. Gives it right back to her with 40. Into the center of the ice for Grushaw. Into the zone. Stops at the top of the circle. Holding. Grushaw waiting. Still waiting. Back to the point for Godin. Godin holds. Finds Hansen. Hansen a wrister through traffic. Rebound is loose, and it's cleared out. Does it have the legs for icing? I think it does. Yes, with 18.4 to go, we'll have a stoppage and a face-off in the offensive zone for the Engineers. Good setup there in the 6-on-5 situation. It was Grushaw in the corner, looking to feed it across. Played it back to Godin. Didn't quite get the shot they were looking for, but they'll try to come up with that here. Shots in this one at 38-14, North Dakota. Lavisa Solander has kept RPI in this game till the bitter end. But the North Dakota, the number 6 team in the country, has scored with 1:59 to go in this third period to break the 3-3 tie after RPI got to the first goal of the collegiate career of Josephine Hansen. The defender tied it up midway through this period. More statistics for you in this one. RPI 1 for 5 on the power play. Or 1 for 4, excuse me. North Dakota 0 for 3. The Engineers with North Dakota with 4 power play shots. RPI with 2. Face-offs are 32-29 to the visitors. Timeout taken on the ice. Have to imagine, it was an RPI timeout. And now a timeout will be taken by RPI. So it was a North Dakota timeout, the first one. I apologize. Head coach Brian Idalski of North Dakota taking that first timeout. He's assisted by Peter Elander and Eric Fabian. New coaching staff for RPI alongside head coach John Burke, who's in his 13th season. Christy Cicero, 2014 grad of Mercyhurst, is the new assistant. Robert Cathcart III is the volunteer assistant helping out on the women's side here. We have 18.4 seconds left in this game. North Dakota, number 6 in the country with a 4-3 lead on RPI. Engineers coming close to tying things up there with the extra attacker. They still have 6 skaters on the ice, and they'll try to tie it up again. So here we go. RPI getting their final instructions from the bench. It's Horwood, Wash, Gruschow, Grigsby, Godin, and Hansen. 6 skaters for RPI. Trying to win the draw. Gruschow. Horwood battling in the corner. That's where North Dakota wants the puck. Nowhere near the front of goal. 11 seconds to go. It's a mad scrum in there. RPI sending more bodies to try and pry it free. 6 seconds. We're going to get a whistle here. And probably a deserved one. North Dakota was trying to ice the puck, or at least to kick it around in there for a while. And the officials weren't going to have it last as long as it did. So they're going to draw it up again here from the same side. They'll pin it in the corner again, and it's Hershey with the big body there. And that is the final horn. North Dakota survives here. RPI put up one heck of a fight in this game. They took a 2-0 lead early. But showing the type of talent they have on this squad, North Dakota fought back with a huge second period, took a 3-2 lead. RPI, the resiliency, though, to come back and tie it at 3-3. But in the end, North Dakota, too many shots in this game, and one of them fell to the side of the net on a rebound. Cannot at all fault RPI freshman netminder Lavisa Solander. She was spectacular in this game. You can make an entire highlight reel based on just the save she made in this 60 minutes of play. RPI doing the job just wasn't quite enough. They'll have another shot, though, tomorrow as they take on North Dakota at 3 o'clock. Here at the Houston Fieldhouse. Final shots in this one were 38-14 in favor of North Dakota. And we will sign off here. Final score was North Dakota 6 and North Dakota 4, RPI 3. This has been live coverage of RPI hockey on on RPI TV.